What's up guys, it's Nightings here and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be recapping the Eagles Baltimore Ravens preseason game. If you know from the score already or the thumbnail, the Baltimore Ravens won 20-19 to win their 24th preseason game. So I'm an Eagles fan, I rep Philly sports. We're going to be talking about the positives and negatives from this game, and of course I'll say the stats as usual. Hopefully though it won't be too long. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss out any new videos. We're at 260 subscribers so far. Really happy. We're still at that mark, and of course 40 away from 300, and we're 10 subs I think above 250 if I can do math correctly. So hey, we're making big strides in this channel. Again, I had my return video yesterday and I'm following it up with a video here, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this one. Of course, like, comment, and follow my socials. I am in the process of also making a new Discord server, so stay tuned for that. Without further ado, play that intro video. Let's get it.
And he's trying to extend! Touchdown! Philadelphia Eagles on Jalen Hurts!
Alright y'all, welcome back. Let's just quickly get into the stats. I won't take too long with this. I'll just list off some stat leaders, stuff like that. You can see on the screen as well the graphic I have. And of course I'll be talking about positives and negatives after this. Alright, so let's go with my Eagles first. We were the away team. Again, this was played at M&T Bank Stadium. By the way, congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens. I know a lot of Ravens, well, 3 or 4, but I consider that a lot because, for some teams I only know maybe like one fan from that team, on social media. So yeah, shout out to all the Ravens content creators and just accounts on Twitter. I know it's called X, I don't care. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. But Gamer God, an OG of mine. Congratulations to him for this win. I get 24 preseason games, one straight. That's absolutely crazy. So congratulations to Gamer God, Bateman Season, who's on Twitter, and Truznas, Morgan Larkins. I think those are the 4 Ravens fans I know. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations on the win, and I hope y'all do well this season. All right, so let's get back on track. Eagles, Tanner McKee, Marcus Mariota, and Ian Book were your quarterbacks. Tanner McKee 10 for 20, 148 yards. Marcus Mariota 7 for 11, 58 yards. Ian Book 1 for 4, 11 yards. I'll talk more about all these quarterbacks later. So Rashad Penny got the most carries this game, 9 carries for 34 yards. Again, he's a newly acquired person on this team. We signed him this year. Marcus Mariota 4 for 29. Ian Book 5 for 24. So the quarterbacks were getting mobile. All right, Tanner McKee also got a 7-yard carry as well. DeAndre Swift 2 carries for 24 yards, and Trey Sermon 9 for 21, 1 touchdown. Kennedy Brooks 4 for 15. Yeah, I know I said I don't only go to stat leaders, but I said all the running backs. All right, I won't do this for the receiving corps though. I'll just say a few. Tyree Cleveland led yards with 5 receptions, 68 yards. Greg Ward also had 5 receptions, but 53 yards. Okay. Yeah, I know. I just said the 2 wide receivers there. On defense, the leading tackler was Sidney Brown. I got a lot to talk about him. I'm excited for this dude. Kayvon Wallace followed it with 5 tackles, and Ben Van Sumeren, who I believe was an undrafted free agent, got 4 tackles and 2 assisted tackles as well. All right. Now let's move on. Well, first, let me say really quick, Terrell Edmonds, our newly acquired safety, also got a sack as well. And I believe that was our only sack, I think, of this entire game. So that's awesome to see, though. That Terrell Edmonds is also getting in that type of game as well. Love it. Love to see it. And he's a newly acquired player, a newly acquired safety, because if you remember Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Lions, Marcus Epps, That's Raiders. Two of our safety starters just left for other teams. So, I'm really interested to see, how the safeties play out this season, because you got a rookie in Sidney Brown who impressed this game. I believe, you got Reed Blankenship, who is an undrafted free agent rookie, I think, last year. And by the way, I know this is a little irrelevant, but he's the only undrafted free agent, I think, to intercept Aaron Rodgers. And last year he had a really, really, not like a very, very, very good season, but for undrafted free agent, he showed a lot of promise, and I love that. He's also a really, really hard hitter as well. He could be a starter for years to come if we play our cards right at the safety position. And of course, Terrell Edmonds, who we picked up this year. All right, let's continue. Jake Elliott. I'll just go ahead and say Jake Elliott 2 for 3. He did miss. It was either it was a field goal, and I'll talk about a little bit of that. By the way, spoiler alert, I'm not overly worried. It's preseason. We're getting out of that rust. So I'll talk about that more though. So for the Ravens, Josh Johnson and Tyler Huntley both completed 8 passes, but Tyler Huntley went 8 for 11 and 88 yards. Josh Johnson, who was the Niners quarterback in NFC Championship game after Brock Purdy got injured. You're probably thinking, wow, Josh Johnson can't escape the Eagles, and that is right. He did have a solid day though, 8 for 12, 45 yards and 1 touchdown. Anthony Brown, 3 for 8, 7 yards, but he did get intercepted by Eli Ricks, which was a pick 6. We'll talk more about that. Right, Justice Hill led the Ravens in rushing yards, 3 for 48. Gus Edwards got 4 carries for 21 yards, and Melvin Gordon, a familiar face, 6 for 16. All right, let's keep going. So Sean Ryan, 4 for 37, and Travis Vokalek, 2 for 30, and Tylan Wallace got 2 receptions, 18 yards, and a touchdown. Devin Duvernay had a 7-yard TD catch as well. Devin Duvernay also noted for his returning skills as well, so lovely to see that. Right, for defense, Brandon Stephens had 6 tackles, no assists, and Delshon Phillips got 5 tackles and 5 assists. Right, I believe there's a guy who got 2 sacks as well. Yes, Daryl Worley. Baltimore Ravens fans must be excited about him, because Daryl Worley had a really good game for them. I'm not going to lie. So, but I'm not sure if he's supposed to be practice squad or second team. I'm assuming so, second team or third team. I'm going to have to ask Ravens fan about that, because he had a really good game. Right? And Malik Ham had 1 sack as well. So 3 sacks total. Justin Tucker hit a 60-yarder. I'm not surprised though. It's Justin Tucker. He's currently, and you could even debate already, one of the best kickers in history. Like, he is extremely accurate. He has a really good leg. That's just a kicker you want on your team. The Baltimore Ravens have the honor of having such an excellent kicker. And yes, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Okay, even as kickers' lives matter too, man. And Justin Tucker is just insane, and he's such a good piece of this team. Again, kickers' lives matter too. You may not, you probably already realize it, but, if a kicker does his job well, sometimes people don't care, but the first time he misses, people just get angry. It's like, oh no, how can he miss that? Kickers have a hard time too, man. Like, I get it, kicking is practically their only job, but you know what, it is definitely stressful, especially when you're in a situation where you need to tie the game or win the game. Kickers' lives matter too. Special teams' lives matter too. Always remember that. All right, but Justin Tucker, insane, and hit a 60-plus yarder. It was either 60 or 60-plus easily. All right, so that's it for the statistics. 9 minutes into the video. I know I always take long with these type of segments, but whatever. It's all good. Let's get into the positives, okay? So, first positive right out the bat, and by the way, I might miss some positives, negatives. If you want to tell me in the comments what I missed, please feel free to do so. But I think I have, I think I've got mostly what everybody's been excited about. Not only what everybody's been excited about, but Me as well. So first of all, like I have to say this, Tanner McKee, like he came in as QB3, QB4. Obviously, we had Jalen Hurts as our starter, and then Marcus Mariota as the backup. But Tanner McKee came into this game. He looked calm. He looked poised in the pocket, and he threw a good ball. Like if there was a tight window, he was gonna make that pass. Of course, obviously, there's passes where need to be completed for Tanner. One such, I think it was either a screen or a check down, and he missed some bad. That happens though. I completely get it. Like I'm not trying to, say, oh my God, Tanner McKee was super perfect. OMG, he's a QB2, and just. I mean, here's the thing though. He made a really good case to go over Ian Book in the depth chart, and I'll talk more about him because, oh God, it was not good at all. But still though, Tanner McKee had a pretty solid game. Of course, there's gonna be missed throws here and there, but he threw a really good ball, and he threw it in really tight spaces, and it was just really good placement all around, and it's just lovely. I love to see that. By the way, I know you probably heard this a while. Like I've said this so many times on Twitter. If you're annoyed by it, I'm sorry, but it's crazy how. This was my first ever film session ever. I sadly couldn't finish that film session, but I remember watching tape on Tanner McKee for Kansas State. I never knew he'd be a Philadelphia Eagle quarterback, and when he got drafted, it's like, well, there he is. So it's crazy, and it makes me even more proud to say that he looked good this game. So I'm glad I had the honor of watching a future Philadelphia Eagle before he became one, right? But yeah, so. Great job by Tanner McKee, and he could even challenge the quarterback 2 spot. Hopefully, we see. I think we'll definitely see more of him in the Browns preseason game, and we're gonna finish it off preseason with Indianapolis, I believe. So yeah, it's looking good for Tanner McKee right now. He played a great game, dude. Running backs look solid. DeAndre Swift, big 22-yard game. He looked shifty. He navigated the field well, and he ran really well, and I mean he also juked the defender out really well. Like that is just the DeAndre Swift we need. He looked effortless in that run, and it's just a great game all around. He did it all. I believe he definitely juked the defender really good. He used power to get through. He used shiftiness to get through. Like that's the type of back we need, and I'm really excited to see DeAndre Swift. Right, Rashad Penny, he got the most carries, of course. He also looked really good, as well. And I believe Trey Sermon also scored that touchdown. Trey Sermon is also looking as good as advertised. We didn't really give him a lot of reps last year, and it sucks seeing him on I think it was the inactive list. I think some games he was in the inactive list, and then I think he got activated at one point, and I believe in one of the regular season games, maybe against the Giants, he finally did get one run. I think it went for 20 or 20 plus yards. I think it was around 20. So, definitely love seeing Trey Sermon get a chance. Right, by the way, when I say running backs look good, I have one running back that looked really disappointing. You already know who it is, but we'll talk about that more. All right, and young potential in the trenches, dude. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, didn't have the most flashy game. Wasn't like really impressive, but I mean, he did have at least one rep where he showed a lot of potential and impressed. Of course, I think I already said this like a few seconds ago, but again, Jalen Carter, first rep in the NFL, really good. And of course, Moro Ajomo, who is I think he's originally born in Nigeria, went to Texas University, and we got him with the 249th pick. There's 10 picks before the last pick of the draft and the 7th round, all right? So, yeah, all three. Again, Nolan Smith didn't have the most flashy, impressive game, but, again, he had a rep off the edge where it looked effortless from him as well, and he got a pressure on, I think it was also Josh Johnson. I think Carter and Nolan Smith both got pressures on Josh Johnson, and I think on the Nolan Smith one, Josh Johnson still completed the pass. I don't know how, but there was a receiver in the area. But still, though, it's really awesome to see these Georgia Bulldogs, already showing this potential in their first preseason game. And Jalen Carter, this man, Obviously I know watching film is definitely a big part in the NFL, but he doing it, making a habit of this early and doing it before the game and knowing exactly what you need to do, as he said, in the interview, like he basically said, I looked at film early and I knew exactly, what I think he said. I knew exactly what Ben Cleveland was going to do, or no, he said he knew exactly it was going to be a pass play. That was his. He said, that he knew that was going to be like the first play of his career, defending on a pass play, and he just did Ben Cleveland dirty, like seriously. Basically just told Ben Cleveland, move out of my dang way, effortlessly just pushed him away, started going quickly to Josh Johnson, and Josh Johnson, pulled out, and Jalen Carter got him by the legs, and that was an incomplete pass. Josh Johnson had to throw it away. That was a really, really good rep from Jalen Carter, and that was his first rep. And he watched film prior, and he knew his first play was going to be a pass play. This dude is going to be special. He has so much potential. I'm so excited to see him in the interior, especially if we have Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, etc. Excuse me, in the interior D-line. Of course, Fletcher Cox, the veteran interior defensive lineman, who's been a staple for this defensive line for years to come for the Eagles. I am so excited to see this defensive line. They have Josh Sweat, a guy off the edge who's just been improving each season and also had a really good year, I believe 10.5 sacks last season. Absolute chills. I am so excited to watch this defensive line. Also, Moro Jomo had a really nice game. For a 7th round pick, did we get a steal? Who knows, but he also showed out really good for the defensive line. Awesome. Right. Also, this video is 16 minutes long. I'll try to, get through this quickly, but I'm just having so much fun talking about this young team. I want to talk about more young guys, though, in the secondary, to be exact. Lots of young potential there. Eli Ricks with the pick 6. Sidney Brown, who led tackles with 9, who is a former Fighting Illini from the University of Illinois. He's going to be, or we'll see if he, I think he definitely obviously makes the roster, but we'll see if he's going to be a starter at safety. And Keely Ringo, another Georgia Bulldog. I'm surprised we even got Keely Ringo as well. We've just been taking Georgia players so easily. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo, DeAndre Swift. That's why we're called the Philadelphia Bulldogs. We just take players from Georgia. Yeah, I'm expecting 2 or 3 more players from Georgia coming here next year. That's just how we are. Yeah, man. Eli Ricks, believe he only allowed 1 catch. I believe 4 targets, 1 catch. I think so. Pass breakup. Read a ball really well from Anthony Brown and got a pick 6. And Nick Sirianni actually surprisingly went for the 2-point conversion. And Ian Book got intercepted, and that is ultimately how we lost this game. Preseason though, so I'm not too mad at it. If it was a regular season game though, yeah, I would be absolutely livid. All right, but. Yeah, Eli Ricks showing really good potential. And he's an undrafted free agent from Alabama. Seriously, undrafted free agent. And he's doing this already. His first game and first preseason game in general. Awesome, right? Sidney Brown, of course, obviously it's not perfect from Sidney Brown, but I mean, again, it's just about the potential from these guys. He led tackles again, like I said, with 9. He looked quick. He looked really sharp. In that safety position. And if we play our cards right with Sidney Brown, I am so excited what this man can do. He just looks very fluid, very quick already, and that's awesome. I also saw some clips of him, just doing some drills. Man, the potential with this guy as well. I am so excited. And if you want to know, what the future lays with safety, just look at Sidney Brown and just look how, if we play our cards right, it's going to look amazing with him. All right, Keely Ringo also looked very sharp. Yeah, I believe on 1 rep, he also had a really nice pass breakup. And again, these guys are still rookies. It's a double-edged sword. you can say you're overhyping them too much. They're just rookies, or you're being too hard on them. They're just rookies, and I completely get that. But then again, it's also amazing how they're just rookies and they're all already showing great signs of being good players in this league. But I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself. This is really great from Carter, Nolan Smith, Mo Jomo, Eli Rick, Sidney Brown, Keely Ringo. All of that is great. Tanner McKee as well. But I want to see more from them. The Cleveland Browns game, the Indianapolis Colts game. Just in general. So yeah. So let's see how they do these next games, man. Right, and I'm really excited to see them next games too. See how they improve from what they did earlier, right? And I think, by the way, Jalen Carter only got about around 1 rep. Hopefully, he gets more to see, what more we can get out of him, right? But let's move on to some wide receivers who look pretty solid. Tyree Cleveland led catches. They didn't lead catches. Excuse me. He led receiving yards for this game. And Greg Ward Jr., if you know, he's an absolute legend. I remember, I think it was either Greg Ward or someone else. I'm trying to remember. If you remember that 2019 season, oh my god, dude, it was not nearly as bad as 2020, but you remember Greg Ward was the hero for that season, and he's still on the roster. Love to see it, both of them look pretty good. Joseph Nagata, by the way, I know he had 1 catch for I think 4 receiving yards, but he also had a really nice catch. I believe it was taken back with a penalty, though. I don't remember the exact penalty, but Joseph Nagata also had a very nice catch as well. And Joseph Nagata has been a guy who really want to see really want to see make the roster. So we'll definitely see more from him, though. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Nagata does. These next 2 games, if he gets reps, I think he will, absolutely, because again, he's got a lot of people want to make the roster. And that is about it from my positives. I think I missed some players here and there, and just some general ideas, but I think I got the bulk of it. So again, if you want to say in the comments what I missed, definitely go for it. Now, post-production nightings here. I am an idiot. I forgot one of the biggest things biggest negatives that came from this game, and it's not a player doing bad. It's a player getting injured. Yes, it's true. Unfortunately, Shaun Bradley suffered an injury, and it's the worst case scenario. He has suffered a season-ending injury, and he will return next year. Absolutely horrible, dude. Because here's the thing: he's a really good. He is a really good part of this roster. I mean, not just for the linebacker core. I mean, he's not a starter in the linebacker core, but he still contributes to this team in other ways, especially in special teams. He's a really good special teamer, and losing him is just not. It's not going to make our special teams better, and it just sucks. And it's the worst case scenario too. Like I said, if it were another injury, we would be thinking, he's gonna come back sometime in the season. At least his season's not over. But unfortunately, it is true. His season is over. So that's just the worst part of this injury. It is not the good kind of injury at all. And Shaun Bradley, man, I hope you recover really quickly, and I hope you come back stronger next season and hungry to just perform, dude. Hope you recover quickly. Prayers to you, and yeah, I'm so excited to see what you can do next season. But that is horrible, really bad injury. I apologize for not saying this earlier, but yeah, that's one of the biggest negatives, and I just forgot to write it down flat out. So I deeply apologize to y'all, and hope you guys still enjoy the video. I'm glad I caught it. So yeah, let's keep going. Now let's go into the negatives. All right, I again just been talking about the positives. Now we're going into negatives again. That tone shift. We gotta do it though. We gotta hold some of these guys accountable, and yeah, we just have to do it. All right. By the way, yeah, this is gonna be a long. I know this video is gonna probably pass 30 minutes again. Sorry for the long video. If you come this far though, I definitely appreciate you. And there's timestamps in the description, and you can absolutely speed ahead. I know I have a problem with making these videos too long, but hey, I'm having really a lot of fun, just recording this video. It's so awesome to see all of these young guys perform that well in their first preseason game. And I know every preseason you always have this type of situation where you see guys who do really good and stuff like that. I know every preseason is like that, but this is just awesome from the Eagles, just how many young guys they have that are doing really good and could possibly do better the next games. But let's go to the negatives. All right, let's just start with the elephant in the room. Ian Book, you were horrible, dude. Like, seriously, I remember you were drafted to the New Orleans Saints. You were Notre Dame quarterback, and then you I don't know if you signed. I think you signed with us. I think maybe 2021, 22, somewhere along that time frame. And dude, I get it. The pocket was collapsing. You had Ravens defenders in your face, and you were trying to get extra time and run. But even so, like, if there's nothing, and even if you like scramble, you get out of the pocket, if there's still defenders coming at you and you don't see a good read or any receiver that's open, just throw the dang football away. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of, I know this is kind of a dumb assumption, but remember that year Carson Wentz regressed, and that horrible 2020 year? Yeah, Carson had that problem too. Jalen Hurts has been showed at times that you're too stubborn to throw away the football. You sometimes just throw away the dang football. It's not worth it to take a sack, to throw an errant throw that gets intercepted or broken up and causes you to lose it down, even the football. Excuse me. But yeah, Ian Book, I believe one of the plays you also got sacked for 20 yards. Definitely not 20 words. We're not in English class. But, horrible, man. Ian Book, honestly, I think you still deserve reps for the Cleveland, Indianapolis games to try and redeem yourself. But if we're going to keep, I think the 30 QB on NFL rosters now doesn't get accounted for. If you keep playing like this, don't impress, you're flat out going to get cut. Like, sorry, like it was a really bad performance from you, Ian Book, and you looked lost. Like, I saw a comment on one YouTube video, I think it was on a Chat Sports video. Someone said Ian Book looked like a headless chicken running, and it's very harsh, but it's true. Like, it was just not good at all, and I get it. I get it. You were trying to find more time, and you were trying to find something. Sometimes you just gotta throw the dang football away. But in one of those plays, you didn't do that, and it cost you like a 20+ yard sack. I hope I'm not wrong on that information. I really don't like being wrong on information. I think one of those plays he lost 20 yards and a sack, or maybe I just read it somewhere wrong. But I definitely know, he got sacked. I think he got sacked more than once. Even so, I'm kind of spitballing here. If you got sacked for 20+ yards, if you got sacked once, it doesn't really matter. You still look really bad. And yeah, it is what it is. Ian Book, I hope you redeem yourself for the Browns and Colts game, because yeah, stuff like that is just gonna get you cut. Sorry. And yeah, Tanner McKee definitely took over your spot for QB3, and I think Tanner McKee could have even. I don't think so. I don't think he took Mariota's spot just yet. I'm gonna have to see more from McKee, but definitely took your spot this game. So yeah, hopefully you redeem yourself. But yeah, that was just not a good performance. So Marcus Mariota, look, he had, I believe there's a 3rd and 14. It was 3rd and 10, 3rd and 14. Some 3rd and long situation. Mariota he still has that quickness in him. He still got the first down easily, and ran past the defender and got the first down. I want to say easily, but it was a really good run from Mariota. That's why we got him. With a QB in this system with Jalen Hurts, Marcus Mariota, definitely needed another mobile veteran backup QB to back up not very young, but the young Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I know. I think Jalen Hurts is now 25 now. Still 25 though. That's crazy to me. How young and just great he is. So awesome. All right. But yeah, that's why we got Marcus Mariota, for that exact reason. But it's still, Marcus Mariota's passing still left a lot to be desired. I wasn't thoroughly impressed with the passing game from him. Obviously, he made some completions, but they're pretty routine plays. I think there was this one play where I don't think the receiver was wide open, but he definitely had at least a step on the corner. And if Mariota delivers an accurate ball, that's an easy first down. And that wasn't even that hard of a throw to make, and he just overthrew it badly. And I think it was in the vicinity of the Ravens defender as well. And it could have very well been picked off. I think that was that play. I don't know. It's just left a lot to be desired. Again, I think I saw someone say cut Mariota. No. Just because of that, we're not gonna cut Mariota. Like, why would we sign a backup veteran quarterback who fits the system? And just because I get it, his passing game did not look good at all, and cut him because of that. And where would we get another good backup quarterback who's also, again, like I keep saying, he's a veteran that fits the system as well? Like, I don't know why we'd cut somebody like that because of he wasn't even that horrible this preseason game. Like, it left a lot to be desired, but that's not a cuttable offense though. So no, we're not going to cut Mariota. And he might even just, not save, but like, he probably already still has his quarterback 2 spot still, even with the Tanner McKee performance. Like, we're not going to cut Mariota. Like, come on. But, I definitely want to see him improve a little bit more this next preseason games. By the way, this video is definitely going to go over 30 minutes. Yikes. Sorry for such a long video. Sometimes I just love talking football. I just get ahead of myself. And, that's a good thing. At the same time, 30 minutes, again, you can go to the timestamps and skip if you want to. That's completely fine. All right. So let's at least finish this quickly, though. Kennedy Brooks, one of the few running backs that actually disappointed. The running backs looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, sat out this game, but we still got the newcomers: DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, Trey Sermon, who's not a newcomer, but wanted to prove himself. They did pretty solid. And Kennedy Brooks, I believe he had a fumble. He had 4 carries, and he just looked slow. Like, I remember getting him as an undrafted free agent either 2021 or 2022, and that's another candidate to being cut if he doesn't pick it up quickly enough, because already we have Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, Rashad Penny, DeAndre Swift, Trey Sermon, 5 running backs. And I don't know if we're going to keep that many. You do stuff like that, Kennedy Brooks, there's not a chance for you in the roster. It's harsh, but true. Did not look very good this game. All right, second and third team linebackers. Excuse me. All right, I know Ben Van Sumeren, who I believe had 4 tackles this game, who was former Michigan State, went to both Michigan universities. Pretty cool to see. Undrafted free agent. Ben Van Sumeren was one of them. I believe Christian Ellis and Miles Jack, I think, also got a few reps at this game. I think he got a few tackles as well. That's good to see, getting him slowly. Miles Jack, I'm excited to see what he can do for the linebacker core. Zach Cunningham, we also got him, but we're going to see. I don't know if Nicholas Moreau got any reps. I'll have to check on that. But second and third team linebackers, it was a little disappointing, nearing the end of the game. I don't know why. Every season, it's just so interesting that the linebackers. Like, I kept talking about how last year, the linebackers got a glow up, and we lost. We lost to Kaiser White was a little disappointing, but we lost him to the Arizona Cardinals. TJ Edwards, who had a really good year in my opinion. He's going to the Chicago Bears now. We lost 2 linebackers this offseason. Of course, Hassan Reddick is still going to be our edge rusher in that strong linebacker position. But I didn't really like seeing TJ Edwards go, but it's for the best, honestly. And Bears got himself a really good linebacker. Hopefully, he has a good season. But we have to let some guys go, and second and I know I'm kind of going away from the second and third team linebackers. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but just in general, it's just interesting with the linebacker cores, because sometimes they can be our weak spots sometimes you just be really good, like we had last year. Like last year was a really, really productive season for the linebackers. And again, I'm not saying the linebackers are back to being bad again. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to get to that notion. But the second team, third team linebackers, a little disappointing, even very disappointing. Especially at the end where the Ravens, started running the football and just picking up yards against us, and the linebackers just need to wrap up and tackle. But we struggle with that a little bit too. Again, granted, it's second team and third team, but linebacker depth. After losing the 2 starting linebackers that we had, and don't get me wrong, linebacker core does not look awful at all. Nicholas Moreau is our new weak side linebacker, and Nakobe Dean is our new middle linebacker. Rookie who didn't really get a lot of reps last season, who I really wanted to draft, and we got him in the 3rd round due to injury. That's crazy, right? So again, Hassan Reddick off the edge too. Our linebacker core doesn't look It doesn't look awful. But the second and third teams a little disappointing. And the depth isn't too great at the linebackers, I will say. But obviously these are just mistakes. You just pick up, you move on to the next game. Hopefully, I see more from these linebackers. Ben Ransumer, though, he still had 4 tackles. And again, he's an undrafted free agent from Michigan. So, it wasn't completely bad. I'm excited to see more what Ben Ransumer can do. But yeah, it was a little disappointing from the linebackers. And to quickly top it off, as you can see in the screen, I get it. It's preseason. Like I definitely agree with that. I don't think we should be too worried at Jake Elliott, because after that 2020 season where practically everyone in the team was just cursed. Like Jake Elliott had a really bad season that year, and then 2021, 2022, Jake Elliott was very consistent, and I love that. Again, it's preseason. He's just a little rusty. He missed that field goal. That's going to get cleaned up pretty quick. But, it's just a little bit of a negative. I don't think it's too important of a negative, though, because I think he's still going to be a really he's one of the more consistent kickers in this league. So I'm going to be excited to see just how well Jake Elliott's going to kick for us. I know I keep saying I'm excited for literally everything, but can you blame me? We're reigning NFC championship champions. We just came off of a Super Bowl loss, and we're hungry. I'm excited for everybody, honestly. So yeah, Jake Elliott, don't worry about it. It's preseason. I saw this comment and it was pretty funny. Even the cameramen who are broadcasting the game are also in preseason. Everybody's in preseason. We're gonna clean this up. That's what preseason is for. Eliminating the doubts and finding guys who deserve a roster spot, finding guys who are just not ready yet, and just cleaning up stuff and getting ready for the regular season. If you do well in the regular season, playoffs, all trying to get to that Lombardi trophy. This is why we do it. And that's why I love this game so much. It's so awesome to see, all these, guys who are probably down in the preseason, rise up, get a roster spot, and even just make a name for themselves. So that is why I love it, right? What a long video. I'm sorry. Had to get that out of my system. Eagles football is back. Needed to give you guys a long video to talk about my spiel. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, I completely understand. This is a really long video, even for my standards, but this was fun. This was definitely fun to talk about. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Of course, if you're new, please subscribe, turn the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. 260 subs. Just get it 270, 280, and eventually 290, and then 300. I just listed all the 10-yard milestones. 10-yard milestones. Interesting. See, I'm already in the football mindset that when I think of 10, the number 10, I'm just thinking 10 yards immediately. That's excellent to see. But of course, like, comment, follow my socials. Again, I'm in the process of making a new Discord server. And that's about it. This is your friend Nightings with the long video, signing out. Have a great day, guys.